Hi everyone, my name is Naresh. If you've been keeping up to date with what's going on in the world today, you know that down here in South Florida, we just encountered a hurricane. The hurricane's name was Hurricane Dorian. Thankfully, thank God, it did not hit us. It was still around 100 miles off the coast of where I live, which is in West Palm Beach. And I remember back when it was still a category 2, category 3, they had a projection that it was going to hit the United States, and everyone went crazy, and my family did as well. We tried to make sure we had everything we could to stay safe, and fortunately the storm did not hit us, so we did not suffer any severe blows by it. Just some strong wind gusts here and there and some rain, but I can't say the same thing about the Bahamas. The Bahamas really suffered pretty much all of the brute force of this hurricane. Slammed into the easterly island. I can't remember the name of it. Cape Verde, I think it's called. Slammed into their island with wind gusts at around 213 miles an hour. It was a Category 5 storm. Category 5, for people who don't know that much about hurricanes, is the most powerful category of hurricane that's possible. And it directly hit over the Bahamas, and after that it's just stayed on that island for about 3 days and just kept continuing to wreak havoc on that island. Now, I see videos of what happened in the Bahamas, and I see pictures of the water level, pictures of the trees just falling, pictures of all the impacts. It's quite remarkable, and most TV stations were surprised also. They couldn't believe it. This was a very powerful storm, and the only storm that was as powerful as this was the Labor Day hurricane they were talking about back in 1937. And I think it's kind of crazy how this hurricane and the Labor Day hurricane were basically on Labor Day. But that's beside the point. This storm did a lot of damage. It killed around 5 people, and thankfully the storm is gone away from the Bahamas now, but this is a historic storm and it will not be forgotten, especially by the Bahamians, and I hope that they're going to be okay, and I hope that they can rebuild. I hope that they can rebuild from this. This is basically, in layman's terms, their Hurricane Andrew. I was not here for Hurricane Andrew. That was before I was born. When it slammed into Miami, it totally caused really bad destruction, and the same thing has happened to Bahamas with Dorian. I believe Dorian now is a Category 2, and it's coming up to the north, going to pass through North Carolina and then up to the poles, but that's besides the point. What really is the aftermath from the storm is they they took so much of the beating. They took so much of the pressure that, if Bahamas wasn't there, we would be Bahamas right now. We Floridians would look like the Bahamas right now if they weren't there to stop it in its tracks. And I'm thankful that I don't want this to sound wrong. I'm thankful that the islands were there to protect us, but it really didn't protect anybody because it still caused major damage and more than enough deaths that need be. Any deaths in general, that's a bad thing. And just the aftermath of this storm has got me thinking, like, wow, man. I hope that the Bahamian people are going to be okay. I hope that Florida can go back to normal, and me and my mom are going to donate to the Bahamas Islands to, see what we can do for them, see if we can provide them with clothing and food and all of those other things, and I really hope that they're going to be okay after this. Just like we rebuilt ourselves from Andrew and Wilma, I think that with enough support, they can recover from this. But the 5 people who lost their lives, that will never change, and that's going to be remembered. And I hope that this new hurricane that's supposed to be forming on the west coast of Africa at the moment is not going to hit them again, because they are not in a position right now to deal with another hurricane. And I don't want to see that happen to my country as well. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's a little bit different than what I usually do. If you guys liked it, press the like button. If you guys didn't like it, press the dislike button and tell me why in the comments. So yeah, I'm not gonna ask for any of you guys to follow my social media or anything, because I think this is a really serious video. But you know, if you want to check it out, it's in the description. But I hope that everyone can go back to normal, and I hope that most of all the Bohemians can go back to normal also.